Hi, welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Pet insurance outlook for 2032. Pet insurance is rapidly gaining in popularity. What was once an obscure insurance product has more than doubled in growth over the last 4 years, according to the North American Pet Health Insurance Association 2022 State of the Industry Report. There were nearly 4 million pet insurers in the US in 2021 and 28% increase from the year before. Here are some key trends to look for in 2032, whether you're familiar with pet insurance or simply curious about these fast-growing products. Regulators call for consistency among pet insurance plans. Pet insurance is regulated on a state-by-state basis, meaning insurance laws can vary among states as means to have more consistency in the pet insurance market. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners unanimously approved the Pet Insurance Act in August 2022. Insurance regulators in each state can now adopt each as law is their state or modify it and make it their law. If states adopt it, the Pet Insurance Act requires certain disclosures to pet insurance buyers such as a free look period and right to refund within 15 days of purchase if you have not made any claims. Pet insurance companies can exclude coverage for pre-existing conditions, but the burden is on the insurer to prove that the pre-existing condition applies to the condition for the claim being made. Prohibits a waiting period for coverage for accidents. Allows up to a 30 days waiting period for illnesses or orthopedic condition not resulting from an accident. Requires a provision to waive the waiting period if the past is examined by a veterinarian. Prohibits a requirement to have your pet examined by a vet prior to policy renewal. Forbids any requirements that the pet participate in a wellness program before the owner can purchase a policy. State regulators can modify the model law. The idea behind the Pet Insurance Act is that it presents the ideal law from a regulator's perspective and that each state can choose to adopt it or add their own flavor to it, says Kristen Lynch, Executive Director with Navia. We hope that states adopt it because it took 3 years to create an easy for the customer to understand, but that's not always the case, says Lynch. For example, the Pet Insurance Act requires a 15 days free look period, but some states might reject that time frame and mandate a shorter period or even no free look period. Other states might land on a longer free look period, such as California, where a 30-day free look period is required for pet insurance buyers, or state regulators may choose their own definition of a pre-existing condition, which can have a major impact on your pet insurance costs. Under the model law, a pet insurance company must state what constitutes a pre-existing condition and when your pet developed the condition. But how a state interprets the model law can have a huge impact on pet insurance buyers, Lynch says. What's considered a pre-existing condition in one state might not be considered a pre-existing condition in another state. The bond between people and pets will have a big impact on the pet insurance industry. There are pets in 70% of U.S. households, according to the 2021-2022 American Pet Product Association National Pet Owner Survey. That's more than 90 million homes, and as pets become a part of our everyday lives, it's not uncommon for pet parents to take their pet to work, restaurant, and even a night out at the movies. Lynch predicts that the strengthening bond between people and their pets is going to further the growth of the pet insurance industry as more people prioritize their pet health. We're there for the fun stuff, but we need to be prepared for the tough stuff, says Lynch. For example, if your pet gets sick on a Saturday night, chances are you're not going to be able to talk to your vet. Many pet insurance plans include access to 24/7 pet talent helpline, or if your pet gets injured or ignorant of a foreign object of a Sunday afternoon, a pet insurance plan can help offset the cost of an emergency vet visit. To put this in perspective, the average cost to treat a broken bone is $2,700 for dogs and $2,300 for cats, while the average cost to treat injuries for an object is $3,500 for dogs and $3,400 for cats, according to a Forbes Advisor analysis of vet visits costs. Having a pet insurance can help take the financial and emotional stress out of treating your pet, says Lynch. It can be the key factor whether you can afford to treat your pet instead of taking a massive hit to your credit card or worse, foregoing treatment entirely. How much does an average pet insurance policy cost? For the pet insurance range from $20 to $44 a month. For cats, we found a range of $12 to $46 a month. Overall pet insurance costs an average of $35 per month for dogs and $28 a month for cats and for $5,000 in coverage for the year. You can find a pet insurance policy that fits almost any budget but adjusting the levels of coverage inside the plan. Know that pet insurance rates generally rise every year at renewal time as your pet gets older. The cost of the pet insurance varies based on multiple factors including the type of coverage, the amount of coverage, and the pet's breed and age. Factors in pet insurance cost. Pet insurance companies use multiple factors when setting rates. Coverage type. One of the biggest factors determining pet insurance costs is coverage. For example, a comprehensive policy that covers some range of treatment and also routine care will cost more than an accident-only policy. Your coverage choices depend on the pet insurance company. Here are the common types of pet insurance plan. Comprehensive pet insurance plan. A comprehensive pet insurance plan will combine an accident and illness policy with a routine care plan. Accident and illness coverage. This type of policy helps pay for vet bills for unexpected incidents such as spraying from accidents, poisonings, and common illnesses such as ear infection. This might also cover lab tests, surgeries, hospitalization, prescription medication, and emergency care. Accident-only coverage. This type of policy covers certain medical expenses if your pet suffers an accident such as broken bone. Coverage might include diagnosis, test surgeries, X-rays, hospitalization, prescription medication, and emergency care. Routine wellness plans. This type of policy covers medical expenses for wellness exams, flea and heartworm prevention, vaccinations, and other routine annual care. These plans are typically add-ons. Deductibles. And deductibles is the amount of money you pay out of pocket every year to a veterinarian before coverage starts. You can typically choose a pet insurance deductible that ranges from $0 to $1,000. The higher your deductible amount, the less you pay insurance costs. Reimbursement level. Pet insurance policies are reimbursement based, meaning you usually have to pay upfront for your pet's medical bills and submit a claim to the pet insurance company. Once you meet the deductible for your plan by buying out of pocket, coverage kicks in the level outlined in the plan. You can typically choose reimbursement option of 70%, 80%, or 90% of the medical expenses that are covered by the plan. Pet insurance costs are higher for better levels of reimbursement. For example, say you are a pet insurance plan with a $500 deductible and 80% reimbursement level. If the pet has a medical procedure that costs $1,500 and it's your first claim of the policy period, you would first pay $1,500 to the pet. The first $500 of that is your deductible. Then you will be reimbursed 80% of the remaining $1,000 for reimbursement of $800. And then pet spread. Your pet spread is a factor in determining pet insurance costs. That's because some breeds are predisposed to illnesses, which typically translate to more veterinary visits and higher medical bills. For example, some larger breeds of dogs and more susceptible to heart and hip issues. In our analysis of billing by pet insurers to state regulators, we found many pricing levels based on dogs breeds but little variation for cats. Cats are cheaper to insure than dogs, and birds, reptiles, rabbits, and varrods cost less to insure than cats. Age of pet. A pet's age is another piece of the pet insurance cost puzzle. As your pet gets older, the chance of illness and injury increase, which result in higher pet insurance cost. We analyze age rating factors for a veterinary petinsurance.co policy and force that the best prices were after a pet's first birthday until around age 6. By the pet's 9th birthday, your cat expects its age rating factor to more than double. And then location, where you live and the local cost of veterinary care in the area will affect pet insurance costs. For instance, pet owners in urban areas may pay more for the pet insurance due to higher average vet costs. What does pet insurance cover? Most pet insurance companies offer plans that will cover issues such as accident and injuries such as broken bones, bite wounds, and swallowing objects or toxins. And then cancer, if it develops after a plan is in place and not pre-existing, and then diagnostic tests such as MRIs, X-ray, and lab work. Emergency care, illness such as diarrhea, urinary tract infection and vomiting, and prescription medication, specialty care, and surgeries. and hospitalization. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.